You have the land, the tools, and the plan, but if you lose your energy, none of it matters. Most new homesteaders burn out, not because they fail, but because they try to do everything at once. The truth is, homesteading isn't a sprint, it's a rhythm. And when you lose that dream, the rhythm turns into burden. In this episode, we're talking about the psychology of burnout and how to avoid becoming just another statistic. According to USDA research, nearly 60% of small-scale homesteads stop operating within the first 5 years. But it's rarely money that ends them. It's fatigue and it's overcommitment. Let's talk about the first trap. Unrealistic expectations. YouTube, TV, and Instagram make homesteading look peaceful and easy. What you don't see is the blisters, the breakdowns, and the balance sheets. Perfection's the fastest way to exhaustion. If you think you can build a barn, raise animals, and have a garden all in one season, you're not going to make it. You'll burn out emotionally before you ever run out of resources. The second trap is isolation. Homesteading can be deeply rewarding, but it can also be incredibly lonely. When you move away from community, you also move away from your support. And humans aren't built for solitude, we're wired for connection. When the chores pile up and the days get long, you need people who understand. Whether it's a neighbor, a friend, or a local farm group, build your tribe before it gets to that point. And the third trap is comparison. You look online, you see people with perfect barns, spotless gardens, and smiling goats. What you don't see is how many years and how many mistakes it took them to get there. Comparison drains motivation faster than a broken tool ever could. Instead of measuring against others, measure against your own progress. Did you learn something new this week? That's growth. Did you fix something that you couldn't fix last season? That's success. Burnout begins when you stop recognizing small victories. The fourth trap, poor planning. Most burnout doesn't come from overworked, it comes from disorganized work. When your days have no rhythm, everything feels like chaos. Set seasonal goals, not daily perfection. Maybe this year your only goal is fencing and soil improvement. Next year, add animals. The year after that, build the greenhouse. Burnout fades when you give yourself permission to build slow. Here's the fifth trap, neglecting self-care. You can't pour from an empty cup, and the land doesn't refill it for you. Sleep, nutrition, and rest aren't luxuries. They're tools for longevity. Even nature rests. Soil regenerates, and seasons pause. So you should too. When you rest, you're not being lazy, you're being sustainable. The sixth trap is losing purpose. When every day turns into chores and checklists, you begin to forget why you even started. So take time to reconnect with the why. Maybe it was freedom, family, food security, or even peace. Whatever it was, write it down and keep it visible. Because the days that you want to quit, they will come. And your why will keep you motivated when that day comes. Now let's shift from traps to solutions. If you want to avoid burnout, you need three things: rhythm, boundaries, and mindset. Rhythm means knowing when to work and when to rest. Boundaries mean saying no to projects that don't align with your long-term vision. And mindset means reminding yourself this is a marathon, not a moment. Start with a rhythm. Try to create structure. Mornings are for chaos, afternoons are for maintenance, and evenings are for reflection. The land loves consistency, and so does your mind. And then build boundaries. Don't take on more than your energy can sustain. Say no to new animals or projects until the current ones feel easy. And if you start to dread something you once enjoyed, step back, don't step away. Even rest can be productive if it protects your spirit. And finally, it's about mindset. Every challenge you face is a teacher in disguise. Instead of asking yourself, why is this happening to me? Ask yourself, what is this teaching me? That simple shift turns stress into wisdom. And wisdom is what keeps homesteaders going when others give up. Burnout doesn't happen because you're weak, it happens because you care. But even passion needs pacing. So if you're feeling drained, take a step back before the dream becomes a job. Remember, sustainability starts with you. A rested homesteader is a resilient one. A grounded mindset is worth more than any piece of equipment. And the slowest path forward is usually the one that lasts. If this episode resonated with you, go ahead and give it a like to help other people find it. Comment below what part of homesteading challenges your energy the most. Your words might be exactly what somebody else needed to hear. Subscribe to Rainy River Outdoors for more honest insight every Sunday. Next week we're talking about money, the part that most people ignore. The truth about making income from land, not side hustles that fail, but realistic, sustainable ways to thrive. Because the dream isn't just surviving, it's sustaining. And when you learn to master balance, burnout loses its power. This is the Real Homestead, where the dream meets the dirt. I'm Odin with Rainy River Outdoors. Thanks for watching, and remember, to get out and explore the great outdoors.